in front shot. Oh my!
Here to celebrate Georgetown! The Georgetown Raiders are Buckland Cup champions!
The Trenton Golden Hawks, the R. Hewitt Cup champions, are going to Coburn.
Back to Minerva. Shot scores! And the Coburn Cougars are the Royal Bank Cup champions!
Hockey fans around 16 Mile Creek have waited 9 years to hear it. Your Oakville Blades, OJHL Buckland Cup champions.
Well, the Toronto Junior Canadians continued their pursuit of the front-running Toronto Patriots last weekend, and there's no margin for error now between these two clubs. This is the OJ Today. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Alex Bastiavansky. So glad you could join us. Tim Bates, the mastermind behind OJHL Images, who bring us all those incredible action shots we get to see each week on the show, is going to join us later on via Skype, and he's going to share some of his favorite picks from the season so far. But first, OJ highlights. And for a while, it was looking like the Toronto Patriots might just run away with the South Division, but their crosstown rivals have put a wrench in those plans. The Junior Canadians have shown they've got the horses to stay in this race for the rest of the season, and entering last weekend, we're just 2 points behind the Pats. The two squads locked horns Saturday night. OJ highlights now, brought to you by BioSteel. BioSteel, the official isotonic beverage of the OJHL.
A true clash of the Titans this was, and it lived up to expectations. The Patriots draw first blood, 3:16 in. Andrew Horsley squeezes it past Christian Mattiacci from a tough angle. 1-0 for the home squad. Second stanza, the Junior Habs hit back. Claudio De Gasperis holds and beats Mario Pescia, all knotted up at one apiece through 40 minutes of play. Third frame, watch the gorgeous feed here from Matt Redding to Matthew Falls, and the soft hands for the finish. JRC going up 2-1. Late in the period, though, Dirk Stadig rips the point shot past Mattiacci. They were fit to be tied, so this one was off to overtime, where Tyler Amaral plays the role of hero, doing it all himself, muscles it past Pescia, and that is your game winner as the JRCs drop the Pats in overtime, and for the first time this season, take over first place in the South Division. Okay, the week previous, Georgetown knocked off Wellington. They were looking for another upset over Burlington, and G-Town starts well. Midway through the first, Rice Chittenden fires it over the shoulder of Zach Deitch, and it's 1-0 for the Raiders. Second frame, the Cougars respond. Fantastic rush by Matt Giannini. Everything but the finish, as Keenan Stewart taps it in, but that play was all Giannini making it happen. 1-1. 3 minutes later, Harrison caught him. The point shot tipped home by former Raider Derek McVeigh, burning his old team. Cougars go up 2-1. Now, Nolan Dan is a 16-year-old rookie for Georgetown. After a slow start to the season, he is heating up lately. What a pair of hands. Top shelf, that tied it up 2-2. 5 minutes later, Ryan Brown on the rush squeezes it past the keeper from a tough angle. Deitch, I think, would like to have that one back. 3-2 after 2, and Deitch struggled on this day, no doubt about it. Can't handle the Jaden Lowe shot. Nolan Lowe punishes him for the bobble, knocks it home. Raiders get some insurance, up 4-2. They would add a late empty netter. Georgetown has now beaten Wellington, Oakville, and Burlington twice this season. Giant killers. Speaking of which, Mississauga nearly pulled off a massive upset last Saturday against Trenton. Already up 1-0 in the first, they capitalize on some sloppy Jayhawks play. Troy Andrews pumping it in to make it 2-0 for the hometown Chargers. Second period, the Hawks hit back though, and some nice passing here. Cam Gaylor will get it back for Sean Detloff, and that cuts it to 2-1. And then with the man advantage, another nice feed here as it's Ryan Brown to Gaylor and Booyah, all knotted up at 2 apiece. But the Chargers gave the Hawks all they could handle. Devlin Shanahan, nephew of Brendan, you may have heard of him, grabs his second of the contest with just 3 seconds left in the period. Chargers lead 3-2 after 2 periods, but Trenton takes over in the third. Matt Nastasiak getting tippy with it out front. He ties it up once again, and then Sam Duchesne, the defenseman, continues his torrid scoring pace. Third in league scoring for a D-man, if you can believe it. And this guy's been unreal. Mississauga dares to dream, though. Chase Strachelak redirects it out front, and the Chargers fight back to tie it up. At 4 apiece, alas, with under 3 minutes left. Trenton already with 2 power play markers on the day. They make it 3. Wyatt George, the game winner, as Trenton gets a serious scare from Mississauga, but they escape with the 5-4 victory. Okay, 60-second spotlight is brought to you by Warrior Hockey. Warrior, official hard goods supplier to the OJHL.
Michael Hill, right wing, Brampton Admirals.
Now controlled by Hill. Towards it, and he scores. Oh, what a move.
What I bring to the game is my speed and physicality. Love passing the puck, making plays, being a big body, presence out there, and scored a lot of goals. What I think about this team is that we're a young, fast, physical team. We like to bring a lot of intensity to games, and got a lot of good guys on our team, and hard, physical, like scoring, very offensive and defensively strong. This season, I think that we're going to surprise a lot of teams, and we're going to exceed expectations because there's a lot of potential with this team, trying to challenge for the Buckland Cup.
Here's a chance. Hill in front scores. Michael Hill, what a shot, bar down.
This portion of the OJ Today is brought to you by Q-Collar, official safety partner of the Ontario Junior Hockey League.
So welcome back to the OJ Today. You know, we've talked a ton this season about the youth movement in the OJHL, and for good reason. Matthew Sopp is a top scorer for the Mississauga Chargers as a 16-year-old. Ryan Teverberg and Cole O'Hara are leading their respective squads as 17-year-olds, and Milton Menace forward Aiden Hughes has been garnering plenty of attention from NCAA schools. Not exactly surprising, considering he's been one of the top players so far for the first-year franchise at the tender age of just 17. Here's a closer look now at what makes Hughes such a special player.
Menace rips Hughes down the wing. Hughes shoots. Saved by Bennett. Rebound. Wide open and they score! Aiden Hughes, the game winner!
The Milton Menace have had their growing pains in their inaugural OJHL season, but that was to be expected. They're young, and each game is a learning experience. What wasn't expected was that one of their offensive leaders would be a 17-year-old. In a league typically dominated by older players, Aiden Hughes sits an impressive third in scoring for the Menace.
I see myself as a two-way forward. Plays with physicality, and that's like the main aspect of my game. I can contribute on offense and contribute on defense.
Hughes, he's just an all-around amazing player. For him being an 0-2, it's really spectacular to see what he can do out there on the ice. He's very dominant, and he's also just a natural goal scorer. So anytime he gets the puck, he's got an amazing shot. You see him on the power play, just because he's just got the skills to put the puck in the back of the net.
Hughes patterns his game after one of the NHL's best all-around players.
I like to model my game after Jonathan Toews. He's just one of the best two-way forwards in the NHL. He contributes on the offensive aspect of the game and the defensive, so I like to model my game after him.
Watching Hughes play, the attention to detail is certainly there all over the ice, as is the ability to get under the opposition's skin, something his teammates and coaches love about his game.
Yeah, Hughes does have a little bit of edge to his game. When he gets angry, he gets a little chip on his shoulder, and it's kind of scary, but he just starts working harder. He starts digging down, and you just know when it comes to that, you probably shouldn't have gotten him too mad, because he's going to start going.
He's got a little nasty side to him as well. We've talked about trying to model his game after a Brad Marchand type of player. Can sting you by putting the puck in the back of the net, but also get under your skin and agitate you a little bit. And I think, the earlier in the game that he gets a little bit PO'd type of thing, I think the better he plays. He gets frustrated with himself sometimes, but he settles down, he gets dialed in, and it almost seems, the more angry he gets, the better he plays.
Despite being only 17, Hughes sees himself as a leader on the team.
I like to help younger guys out, teach them what happens in this league and how they should play, and special things they should do on the ice.
He's a real quiet leader. He doesn't say much in the room. He's not a guy that's going to bark at practice or come in the locker room between periods, and he leads by example, by work ethic, day in, day out.
Aiden's stellar work this year means he'll soon have a tough choice to make, but it's a difficult decision any young player would love to have to make. Stay home and play Major Junior, or head south to the NCAA.
He's already had quite a few teams kind of poking around and asking to meet with him and asking for his information and transcripts and whatnot. So I truly believe there's some traction with some D1 schools right now. I believe he'll have a commitment here at some point.
Yeah, I have been talking to some schools. I'm still deciding between the OHL and NCAA. I think closer to the end of the season, I'll finalize my plans and my future.
He's been a lot of fun to work with. He's tremendously skilled. He's very smart, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he produces over the rest of the year.
Spinning, firing, and scoring is Aiden Hughes.
Okay, voting is now open for the 2020 Scotiabank Fan Favorite Award, powered by Snapped. And last season, a record was set as over 230,000 votes were cast. A new record is mentioned. You can head to ojhl.ca to vote for your favorite player. And registration is now open for the 2020 OGHL Combine, which is going to take place March 26th through the 29th at the Stone Ridge Ice Center in Burlington. There's space for 210 players at the Combine. You can head to ojhlcombines.ca, and limited space for that, so get on it. News and notes brought to you by College Hockey Inc. College Hockey Inc., official partner of the OJHL. And the CJHL Top Prospects game is going to take place in Hamilton on January 14th. The 10 players from the OJHL, the most from any Junior A league in Canada. Thomas Haynes, Brendan Kinnett, Nathan Porter, Ryan Alexander, and Finn Brown. Also, Matteo Constantini, Cole O'Hara, Christos Rodis, Christian Stevens, the Whitby Fury, and Ryan Teverberg. Congratulations, guys. This segment of the OJ Today is brought to you by Troy Hockey. Troy, the official apparel provider to the OJHL.
Hey, welcome back to the OJ Today. You know, we feature a ton of just amazing pictures on this show, action shots that are taken by top-notch photographers, providing with some truly mind-blowing visuals. The director of OJHL Images joins me now, and I always love having this guy on. First time this year, though, Tim Bates. Tim, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Well, thanks very much, Alex. It's always a pleasure to come on OJ Today, and I really appreciate the invite.
You guys do such great work. And, you know, we're deep into the month of December now, so there's been some big events already that you've covered. We'll get to those in just a moment. But first, just tell everyone about what exactly OJHL Images is.
Sure. OJHL Images is the official photographer for the Ontario Junior Hockey League, and probably what separates us from any other kind of official photographer group is the fact that all our photographers are trained in professional workflow management. They're trained in a system that allows them to work in any environment, from minor hockey to junior hockey to the National Hockey League, and all our images are captioned. So it tells exactly what's happening in the photo, which is a very unique kind of transition in the professional workflow environment. So it's a really unique operation, and you know, this is we've been going since 2012, so we're really progressing along well.
Well, the first big event every season is the Governor's Showcase, which is in Buffalo, where you get to shoot in what might be the most beautiful rink in the OJHL, the Harbor Center. You got some great shots again this year, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, that's a spectacular event. It's a busy event. It's a full 3 days for us. We're there from the wee hours of the morning to well after midnight, again, doing the photos. One of the unique things about that venue is it's an opportunity for us as well to get a lot of stock imagery. We take every single headshot of every player, manager, coach in our league. And it's a monumental task. What it allows us to do is turn around and allow the teams to have that stock imagery the moment they leave the Governor's Showcase tournament. So it's quite an event for us. I mean, the hospitality is second to none. The facilities are world class. So it's just an amazing event all around.
Absolutely. You guys had a busy day. Also, back on November 30th, the OJHL All-Star Showcase went down at Oakville. Another great rink to shoot in as well, isn't it? 16 Mile. But your crew was there all day long because games ran all day long. It was a long day for you guys. What was it like?
I mean, it was a spectacular event. I mean, the league hit it right out of the park with the venue itself. Is we know the facility manager there. We know certainly the organization of the Oakville Blades. Their hospitality is incredible. We've had the pleasure of working in that facility many times for major events and hopefully many more. And it was a fantastic day. Certainly a busy day for us. We ran a group with 5 photographers and covered a lot of hockey. So there was a lot to do in a short period of time, that's for sure.
Well, it's a beautiful rink, as you mentioned, as is the Harbor Center in Buffalo. What factors for you? I'm always interested by this because I know I'm a videographer, and it's probably some of the same stuff. But for you, what make up the best rinks for taking photographs?
Well, without questioning, 2 things come into play. Certainly, photo holes is something we're kind of transitioning to. We have a couple of teams and organizations in our league now that have photo holes for us. We're going to certainly eventually, through progress, we're hoping to turn around and add that to all our 22 teams, but that's a logistical thing. But certainly what makes up a rink for us is going to be good lighting, which is critical, and clean glass. We have the ability, all our photographers will be out there. You'll see them to kind of, it's a source of many jokes to our guys and gal. But we clean glass and good lighting is probably one of the best things for our photographers.
Yeah, do you find that the newer rinks are typically just a little bit better in terms of the lighting and stuff for you?
They're incredible. We have some world-class facilities in this league. We have some historic facilities as well. There's no question about it. It's a great mixture of history and present day arenas. The bowl arenas where it's 360-degree seating always get you motivated. There's some incredible facilities across this league, and the RBC Cup's been hosted before, the World Juniors. So they're just some incredible facilities across our league. We certainly.
Yeah, and we're going to take a look now at one of the historical venues in just a moment. We're going to see some of your favorite pictures from this season so far. First one, I like this one. In Buffalo, you've got Tobias going out and the fans greeting him. Just a nice little pic there.
Yeah, you know what? This is taken by Michelle Mavosa, one of our female photographers. She's outstanding, and what we love about it is that this is probably the best, one of the best, but certainly one of the most favorite venues for the photographers is to be able to upload images to what we call around the rink, and it's a great candid shot of a Buffalo player interacting with the fans, heading towards the ice surface. It's done in such a way that it captures so much, and that's what it's all about, is to chronicle that journey of our athletes, and that photo is exceptional.
Yeah, we're going to flip through these real quick here, Tim. The second one is just a nice little autograph, Oakville Blades and a young fan. I love it when you get the fan interaction stuff.
Yeah, you know what? That's critically important for us, and it's all about the players and their interaction with the fans and their fan base is certainly what keeps these teams afloat in a lot of ways. But what's critical for us and what we consider such an honor and a privilege is when we're provided access to the dressing rooms. And
next one, I absolutely love this. The old Branton Memorial Arena, such a historical barn, isn't it?
It is. It's an incredible arena, amazing ambiance, amazing atmosphere. You don't see arenas like that, and to take that photo, it was just an incredible place to play and to photograph.
Yeah, next, Aurora dressing room, coach pregame stuff. Love the dressing room stuff, as you mentioned. You love getting in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's another example of the confidence they have in us to be provided access to get a shot like that while the coach is talking. Amazing relationship with the teams.
Yeah, and finally, just Milton Menace goal celebration. Love those unis too. They really pop, but that's a great picture as well.
Yeah, it's Milton's new set of unis. They unveiled it that day, and our photographer captured a great shot of a bench celebration, which just captures the emotion of the game.
Excellent. We're out of time, but we want to mention this, people can actually purchase these pictures. Just give us your website once again, Tim, so people know where to go.
Sure, you can Google OJHL Images. It comes up number one, or it's ojhlimages.photoshelter.com, and all the information's available on the website.
Excellent. You know what? We're going to have you on again later in the season, I think during the playoffs, so we can look at some of your favorite at that point, because we're only halfway right now. So we'll go all the way, and then we'll have you back for another one. Listen, happy holidays, my friend, to you and your family, and thanks so much for doing this.
Thanks very much, Alex. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, Mo J today coming up in just a moment. This segment of the OJ Today is brought to you by Scotiabank. Scotiabank, the official bank of the OJHL. Well, welcome back to the OJ Today. It was a huge weekend for the two squads battling it out for first place in the West Division. Halton Region rivals Oakville and Burlington have been neck and neck all season long. Falter even once, you lose a spot in the standings. Simple as that. They entered the weekend deadlocked for top spot. So for the Blades, it was essential. They pick up the maximum 2 points available in Milton on Friday night. Of course, with Burlington stumbling against Georgetown last weekend, Oakville wanted to take advantage, but it's the Menace who were the hungrier team early on. Late in the first, Chris Ishmael on the doorstep. The tip-in makes it 1-0 Menace, and then right off the ensuing face-off, 8 seconds later, the Blades getting sloppy. CJ Clark making them pay, and an upset was brewing at Milton Memorial Arena. Second period, though, Oakville cuts into the lead on the PP. Jake very sweet wrister. Top shelf, that made it 2-1 for the Menace. In the third, Milton regains the 2-goal advantage. CJ Clark with some nice moves. Feeds Jordan Stock. 5-hole pass, Adam Harris. Milton looking good, up 3-1, but from that point on, forget about it. All Blades follow the bouncing puck. Harrison Israels finds it first and makes it 3-2. And 5 minutes later, great initial stop here by Garrett Boyanowski. Stephen Whittle pouncing on the rebound, though, and that ties it up. And then it's Jack Ricketts on the rush, wiring it over the shoulder of the keeper, and that right there proved to be the game winner for the Blades. They would go on to add another one late. As Oakville survives a scare from the Menace, they hold on to down them by a 5-3 count. Two division leaders going head-to-head. Stouffville hosting the JRCs. Noah Featherstone Haugau was the story of this game. Massive stops for the Spirit against the high-powered visitors, and that might just be the nicest one. They were chucking the body around as well. Ritz Van Matzerov smashed right there. And then
in front, oh my! Featherstone! That one's gonna make the OJ today.
Yeah, good call, Joe. It made it all right, but he couldn't hold the fort, however. Connor LePage sneaks one by Noah late in the first to make it 1-0 Junior Canadians. Second period, more huge stops from Featherstone Haugau. He's down and out on this one, but watch the right leg here. Here's a closer look. Gets it up at the last second right there. Beautiful stop. Unfortunately, the Spirit just couldn't muster any offense in this one, as that one goal stands up as the game winner, 1-0 JRC. More evidence to just how unpredictable the league has been this year. North York had lost its last 2 games by a combined score of 18-2. They were playing the powerful Patriots on Sunday and shocked them. First frame, Adam Pinacci steals, rips it home, 1-0 home side. Second period, DeMello Smith down the wing, and Selby Warren. I think he'd love to have that one back. 2-0 NYR. The Pats got one back in the third, but then Eric Bonsteel floats it over the shoulder of Warren. What a bizarre result this was. The Pats, ranked 10th in the nation, lose to a Rangers squad that had been blown out in its 2 previous contests. Yeah, the Cobourg Cougars have been playing much better lately, and they continued that trend against Lindsay. Opening stanza,
Cougars on the power play. Jacob Gilbert jams it in to make it 1-0 Coburg. Second frame, look at the gorgeous no-look pass from Stachel back to Gilbert. Jacob's second of the day, and it's 2-zip for the Cougars. They would blow it wide open in the third. Stachel back, the point shot tipped home by TJ Kofis, and that made it 3-0 Cats, and they didn't let up. Ben Edwards makes the initial stop here, but Jacob Campbell cleaning up the garbage in front. It was 4-0 Cats at that point. Good weekend for the Cougars as they drop Brampton 9-1 on Saturday and then keep the offense rolling for a 6-0 final in this one. Okay, OJ standings brought to you by Jostens, the official ring and awards provider to the OJHL. Out west, Oakville, 2-point lead over Burlington now, followed by Buffalo, Georgetown, Brantford, and the Milton Menace. In the north, Stouffville, a 3-point bulge over the Collingwood Colts now, followed by Pickering, Markham, and Aurora. To the south, we move the JRCs. Take over from the Pats for the first time in a couple months with St. Mike's, North York, Mississauga, and Brampton following. And Trenton now, 4-point lead over Wellington, followed by the Coburg Cougars, Whitby Fury, and the Lindsay Muskies. Your top 5 brought to you by Cliff Bar, the official energy bar of the Ontario Junior Hockey League. Number 5, Trenton and Mississauga. Sam Duchesne continues to amaze, the defenseman who sits third in league scoring. Beautiful goal. Number 4, 16-year-old Nolan Dan has 6 goals in his last 4 games, and he pumps it home against Burlington with a nice marker there. Number 3, Oakville's Jack Ricketts against Milton. Roof Daddy, the game winner against the Menace last Friday in a Blades comeback win. Number 2, same game, Milton with some passing perfection here as they steal and go tic-tac-toe. CJ Clark, the finish against the Blades. And number 1, Noah Featherstone Haugau has the toughest name to pronounce in the OJHL, but makes some of the best saves. This is a beauty against the JRC's Liam Fedek. Oh, gorgeous. That is our OJ play of the week.
And that's all the time we've got for today. On behalf of everyone here at the OJ Today, have a happy and safe holiday season. And just remember, you can always keep up to date with the league by heading to ojhl.ca. And of course, all of your social media options are right there for you to explore as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.